Okay, welcome. Today we will be doing a lab called Lab Basic Configuration, and in this one we will just do a refresher of how to set up a router and switch and the slight differences that we need to make between the two devices, but they're basically the same. But we will not be using the console, only because of cabling gets very messy within Packet Tracer. So we'll start off with doing the IP configs on our PCs. So this is the 192.168.2 side. So it's .10. Default mask. Gateway is going to be .1. And we won't worry about domain name at this stage. Rinse and repeat for PC 1. And alright, so next we'll step into the basic config. Now this is just fast Ethernet, so we don't need to put any additional cards in. So come across to the command line and we'll just press enter to get started. Now I'm not going to explain the commands in these videos. The commands are explained within the PowerPoint presentation videos. So this is just purely a lab guide and a refresher for those that just want to catch up with their lab work. So enable, and first thing we should do is set the clock for the device. Now as we're not using an external clock mechanism, we set it to internal using a 24-hour clock notation, and on this day it's 9:51 AM and it's the 5th of April 2021. Now we can go into configuration mode and go through the basic commands. So first one we want to do is turn off domain lookup, so that if we make typos we're not delayed waiting for it to come back. Hostname is R1 and first off our secret password, we'll go class, then we'll go into our lines and set these passwords up, but login synchronous so that our commands aren't interrupted. Then set our password. We use class as the secret, so we'll use Cisco and ask to log in, and then go to the line V2Y04, and just to keep it all simple we'll use the same passwords. And one that most of us forget is the auxiliary port. We should secure that with a password as well, because if somebody walks up and plugs into the auxiliary port, they can get access without a password. So after that, we have all our passwords in clear text, so we want to put service password encryption on. Then we want to go to not our lines, our interfaces. On this device it should be gigabit 00, and that should have the IP addresses of network 1, subnet mask. Now we want to put a description in saying it's a link to the 10 network, and we want to do a no shut to activate the interface. Next is the 01 interface, and we want to put an IP address on that of 192.168.2.1 subnet mask /24, and this is a link to 2-0 network, and we want to activate this interface as well. And take a step out, put a banner in, which is the message of the day. Unique character not in the banner. This is a secure device, authorized access only. And that's pretty much it. So we exit out of config mode, do a copy run start to back up our config, and confirm things are running. Show IP interface brief. They're up and up. Alright, so that's our router done. Now, most of that is repeated on the switch. So we go in enable mode, set clock. The clock is now 9, I'll say 9:57, and it is still the 5th of April 2021. Alright, so let's go in the config. So again, do the no IP domain lookup, and then we go in hostname, switch 1, notice the command prompt change, and again put our passwords in. Now I'm just going to keep the things basic. So line console 0, login synchronous, and password. Notice I've changed them, and because last time we went class and Cisco. Now this is going to confuse me when I come back later. Yes, I know. Now with the line V2Ys on a switch, by default we go 0.15. See? Class, login, and line auxiliary 0. Helps if I put the E in. Because it's got no auxiliary. Alright. So, next after that, we went to the service password encryption. So we exit, we'll get service password encryption. And if you're wondering what I'm doing to get them in, that's the tab key. And our banner, message of the day. Secure device, no authorized expert access only. Will do. Now that's the basics, right? Now it's a switch, so it doesn't have interfaces like a router does, but it still has a admin. So what we want to do is create our admin VLAN, which will go to 99, and we'll call it admin, and we'll now go to the interface VLAN 99, and we'll give it the IP address of 192.168.2.5 with the subnet mask in, and it's already up, but I've got the habit, so I'll do the no shut. So that's in. The other thing we need to do is IP default gateway, which is 192.168.2.1, and copy, run, start. Now, if I've configured this correctly, if we go into the command prompt over here, I should be able to ping my gateway for 2.1. I should be able to ping the switch admin port, which is 0.5. Timeout. Oh, this isn't good. One 192.168.2.5, 2.1. So passwords there, all the ports are there. 2.5, IP default gateway. Wow. Let's check. Show CDP neighbors detail. CDP is not enabled. Enable CDP. Saying it's not. Run. Alright, fine. Show CDP neighbors detail. No neighbors. That's disturbing. (2.1) IP address, yep. Definitely doesn't like switch IP address. Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Dumbo. I know what I've done. Can you know what I've done? So, VLAN 99's got an IP address. But all the ports are members of VLAN 1. So I've got no ports in VLAN 99, so I can't ping it. So I was jumping the gun because the next lab we have ports assigned. So what I should do is fix that with going into here. There's still a way I can do it, is I can add those VLAN ports to the VLAN, which is simply by going in and going to interface, and the ports that I want to do are fast Ethernet 05, switch port, access, VLAN 99, and interface gigabit 01, and this is also switch port, access, VLAN 99. Now we have ping 192.168.2.1. Did I put this in? Gigamet 0101. Oh dear. What have I forgotten to do? So I should have just done that one. So the traffic is going through the switch before I change the switch ports. Now I'm not getting traffic flowing through it. That's switch port 2, not 5. Marcus, Bobby. See, this is why you should document everything. Config T, interface fast Ethernet 0.2, and then we go switch port, access, VLAN 99. Now it needs to kick itself over. And when that port recycles, we should be able to ping things again. That's better. Alright, so as you can see there, very good demonstration that VLANs need to have active switch ports as members, and that a port from one VLAN will not communicate with ports in another VLAN. So this link was in VLAN 1, this link was in VLAN 99. So the traffic would not connect from port 2 to the gigabit port to go to the router, because this is a layer 2 device and it needs a layer 3 device. So the next layer we'll talk about inter-VLAN routing and do trunking, which is me getting ahead of myself. That's where VLAN 99 comes in. So that's the basic configuration lab with a couple of preview items and a bit of troubleshooting thrown in, just to give you a refresher on all the basic skills that you should have at the beginning of switching, wireless and routing essentials. It's actually the other way around, isn't it? Switching, routing and wireless essentials. the SRWE course. Alright, that's it for me for this first lab. I hope you find the lab videos informative, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.